Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for game 2 of Little Fellas versus Dal White. Currently, Little Fellas is down 0-1 in the series. Starting off, we have Little Fellas opting to choose blue side for game number 2, with Dal White on the red side. Looking at these team comps, Dal White has drafted a nice front to back team fight comp with a beautiful hyper carry of this Zeri with the Lulu supporting it. With Little Fellas, they also have a very nice front to back team comp, and this misfortune can wreak havoc if left untouched and able to have a beautiful bullet time in any type of team fight. Dal White looking for another invade, just trying to see where Little Fellas may or may not start. Placing a nice little ward right there on the Raptors. For these matchups, Volibear and Jax. Volibear can do a lot of damage with his E, because it can't be stopped by Jax's block, by Jax's counter strike. I apologize. By Jax's counter strike. So being able to utilize his E and poke him out prior to anything would be the best situation here. Starting off, nice little trade here in the top lane. The Volibear can also inflict damage with his passive, being able to just chip away at this Jax. Skarner starting on the top lane, pathing bot. Jax in with a counter strike, lands a nice little stun. Orianna is gonna have a wonderful time if he's able to place that ball onto the Volibear before these fights start. Senna landing their root. Misfortune able to trade onto this onto tax on the Zeri. Jax jumps in. He gets stunned and able to walk out before too many minions are able to hit him. Lulu able to poke out a little bit. Jax with a counter strike. This Senna is going to become a menace when it comes to healing in the later stages of the game in these shields. What I want to see is the Galio being able to disrupt the line as much as possible with these taunts. Counter strike coming in from the Jax. The longer these 1v1s go with Jax versus Volibear, Volibear will be favored because of his W and the healing potential coming from him. Lilia looking for a gank. He gets shielded. He does a little bit of damage, able to poke this Galio, but Galio does have TP and should be coming back. For this bot lane, I want to see both sides just farming it out, trying to get their items and not trying to fight too terribly much. But right now we have the Skarner looking for an engage. He's not able to get the stun. Senna had a flash. Lands the root onto the Skarner. Skarner just looking for a little extra damage before he leaves. First drags up in 45 seconds. But when it comes to these team fights, I want to see Skarner trying to always find at least some type of flank to be able to pull somebody back towards his team, while Galio is able to just place a taunt. Counter strike comes out. Jax jumps to the Lilia. Lilia's trying to land extra damage. Senna misses the root. Misfortune able to just poke out this Zeri because Zeri's focusing on the CS. That's a beautiful return coming out from the side of Lil Fellas. Galio will roam to the top side, placing some decent wards down to see where the jungle may or may not be. Counter strike coming in. Jack's doing the best he can to just chip away at this Volibear. But Volibear's healing potential is huge. Senna just trying to stack these souls. Got the first round of Grublings coming up in 20 seconds. Galio charges in, gets a taunt. He's able to get some nice, decent damage onto this Orianna, but that's all he has is that burst trade. Orianna is able to continue to poke him out and have a better trade. On the side of Dal White, what I would like to see at some point is a Serpent's Fang for Jax, because Lil Fellas has a lot of shielding. Galio ulting in. Flash comes out of the Volibear. We see both jungles pathing down bot. The Orianna's coming as well. This can be a 4v3 real quick. Skarner coming in, trying to get to the Senna, unable to get to him. He lands a slow. Lil Fellas trying to force back. Skarner still waiting in the, trying to push up. The taunt comes out. Taunt lands. That shield comes through from the Volibear. He's just trying to run away without this mana. He can't really do too much. This is a good possible angle for a tower dive. The Volibear just needs to back off and just allow this to happen. Otherwise, he's going to give over a kill. Meanwhile, Lilia is going to be able to secure this first dragon for Lil Fellas. Senna sitting at 23 stacks and doing nicely with these stacks. Skarner's pinging for these grubs. He wants to head there. But without his top lane present, and Orianna showing back up to the mid lane, I don't know if this is a smart move. He may be able to secure one or two, but if Lilia passed, he could get caught out very easily. Volibear is roaming down. He's gonna be able to spot out this Skarner. Skarner's already secured one. They turn their focus onto the Galio. Skarner comes out. Dal White is calling back to get to these grubs. They get to secure these two grubs. Lilia's on the way. Jax is roaming down. Fight starts off. Orianna ult on two. Huge damage trying to get the Galio. The Galio goes down. Can Lil Fellas continue to push forward? The counter strike stun comes out from the Jax, able to disengage for Dal White. I don't know if Lil Fellas was able to secure one of these grubs or not, but right now we have a nice we have a possible dive coming out in the top lane. But there's no ult for the Volibear, so this might be a little too dangerous, so they decide to back off. A beautiful first item buy of Executioner's Calling coming out of the Jax to try and nullify this healing potential out of the Volibear, because that will become a huge threat, and in the later state of the game being a huge threat coming from the Senna as well. There's a beautiful first buy for the all-around team of Dal White. Zeri jumps over the wall, ults. Galio ulting in. Zeri trying to push forward. They focus their attention onto the Senna. The Senna flashes. Taunted by Galio. They turn their attention again onto the MF. MF goes down. Dal White returns a kill though onto the Lulu. Dal White having to run away, barely with their lives intact. And that was a huge bullet time coming out of Misfortune. Counter strike up, trying to land this little extra damage. Volley Bear is able to go in. If he can land another W, he's going to get a massive heal. Ult coming out of the Jax. Volley Bear trying to continue it. The slow does not hit from the Lilia, so he cannot put him to sleep. If he lands a Q, he may go for the sleep. Does he go for the sleep? Here it comes. Counter strike comes up. They wait. Flash from the Lilia. They were able to hit him, but he still goes down to the tower. There's a 1-for-1 trade in the top lane. Right now, both sides are doing a very good job about trying to utilize what they have. Galio in with a taunt, trying to just do some extra damage. But again, this Orianna, all he has to do is just shield himself and he can return. As long as he doesn't take too much damage, he can start returning fire onto this Galio every single time and have a favorable trade. Galio in again with the taunt. He's trying to just chip away slowly but surely. This Galio has good burst potential, but after his burst is done, he has really nothing else left. Orianna with a solid 30 CS lead over the Galio as well. The root comes in. Skarner looking for the back, coming in for the flank. Zeri ults. Skarner is able to push back to Senna. Huge bullet time. Here comes the TP in. Senna goes down. Dal White looking to be able to continue this. They land the ult for the Skarner. Here comes Lilia, able to return a kill onto for Lil Fellas. They're gonna keep trying to push forward. Are they gonna go for the dive? No, they are not. They do not have the Volley Bear ult. Oh, are they still gonna try this? They shouldn't. They have no wave. They're just gonna opt to reset. With Dragon coming up in 15 seconds and the next set of grubs coming up in 5. Volley Bear and Lilia looking for the engage. Volley Bear goes in. The taunt stops him before you can get the stun. Lil Fellas heading for these grubs. They know they can't just give the grubs over. They don't want to repeat the last game. They start off grubs. Jax is hovering. Skarner and Lulu are on their way. Misfortune's starting to roam.
I need some fun now.
Counter strikes up. They go in. Skarner lands a stun. Volley Bear ult, massive. Orianna ult. Here comes the center ult to give the shields. Little Fellas behind in this fight. But what else can they do? Misfortune's flanking. He's able. Zabi get taunted. He's able to do this. What else can this Lilia do in this backline? Lilia is able to grab some more grubs. Can Little Fellas get out? They're trying to disengage. Zeri ults and he's trying to chase down this Orianna. Orianna is able to survive with a sliver of health on both sides. Zabi needs to back up. The taunt's coming through. Massive damage out of this Galio. They're able to push this top tier wave, but Volley Bear will be able to scoop up most of that XP and CS. Right now, one of their biggest threats in this game will be the Zeri for late game. If he can get enough items, it's gonna cause a problem. The Zeri, once Zeri has the 3-core item and has that IE, it's going to be really hard in these team fights. So Little Fellas, they need to prioritize trying to get these fights clean and quick and try to end the game out prior to that happening. Dragon number 2 is already underway. Little Fellas trying to position for it. Jax in with a counter strike to focus down on the Lilia. Lilia goes down. Bullet time coming in with massive damage. Here comes the root. Misfortune flashes away. Ult comes out from the Skarner. It's able to catch Misfortune. Misfortune goes down, but is stolen by Lulu. Dal White up 2-0 on those kills. He's able to secure an Ocean Drake. That'll be beneficial to him with just a little bit of healing coming out when they're not doing anything, when they're rotating. Zeri jumps over the wall. He ults. Senna getting bursted down. Counter strike comes in. Knock up from the Lulu. Down goes Senna. Dal White backs up. They try to take. They're gonna focus their attention now on this Herald. Lil Fellas, they need to regroup. They need to rethink. They need to re-strategize. Right now, they're making simple mistakes when it comes to these team fights. They're going in one by one, but what they need to do is they need to initiate with a volley bear and a volley bear ult with an Orianna ult on top of that. That can solidify a team fight extremely quickly and in their favor. Followed up after things have already been used, the misfortune should then follow up with the bullet time, and that could really tilt the favor in their team fights for a full 5-on-5 fight. Misfortune just trying to poke out right now, but he's too far up. Here comes Jax with a counter strike, just misses. Senna ulting. Lilia was able to get the sleep off. Skarner from behind misses his ult. Lil Fellas, this is their opportunity. Huge bullet time coming out from the misfortune. Lilia chasing down. Galio coming in, unable to save him. Galio's gonna go down as well here in a second. Zeri trying to focus down the back line, but he's unable to get anything other than the Senna. Volley Bear jumping in, ult. He's trying to focus down this Zeri. Zeri able to jump over the wall. Lilia focusing on this Jax. Jax is able to go down. Volley Bear still very, very healthy. He's able to get that shield. Lil Fellas able to come back and try to get this cleanup. Here they come, the big slow. Lilia popping off. Are they gonna go for the dive? No, they are not. But they get a 4-for-1 in that team fight. And that was huge. They played smart. They waited for key cooldowns. And that's what they need to do. That bullet time was massive in that team fight. Skarner looking. He looks for the slow. He lands the slow. Polymorph comes through, but nothing else can happen. Senna's here to just heal him up. Right now, this Executioner's Calling is doing great work, but they need one more thing of Grievous on their team. Best case scenario would be either Galio or Skarner picking up a Bramble Vest, because they're always in the middle of the fight. And when they're in the middle of the fight, they can apply that Grievous from just about anybody. So they need to continue doing what they're doing. But if they pick up one more Grievous wound, another item that has Grievous wounds on it, that can really tilt into the favor of Dal White. Infernal Drake comes up in 1 minute. Baron's not for another minute and a half. Zeri's starting to get extremely strong with his static shiv and his rune hands. The Senna stacking nicely still, sitting at 49 stacks. This Orianna is going to start really doing a lot of damage, especially with Leandries. Galio looking. He's able to get one taunt. They're looking for the Zabi. Zabi is still alive. He's able to get it. Bullet time, massive. Able to turn the tides. Killing the Zeri. Lilia still doing what he can. Volley Bear jumps into the back line. Volley Bear, what else can he do in his back line? He's doing the best that he can. The Lil Fellas is trying to get to this Galio. The Galio is still alive. Double kill for it. Now they turn their attention. They focus onto the Jax. Jax goes down. Skarner trying to run for his life. Lil Fellas coming up with a massive team fight there. Able to stay alive and able to keep that misfortune alive that whole entire time in that fight. Or in the main stages of that fight, that misfortune was up before he went down. They're going to be able to secure this this second dragon for themselves, giving them a nice little boost of damage from that Infernal Drake. What I want to see now is I want to see Orianna just press and secure this bottom tier tower. Matter of fact, what he's doing now is actually very smart. He was able to clear the wave, knowing that the wave would be able to kill the bottom tier 1.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
What I want to see is a little bit of more pressure in the mid lane, trying to secure this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. If whoever can secure the first tier tower in the mid lane opens up the other side of the jungle. We have Herald drop for Dal White. They charge him up. They charge in. They're trying to focus down on this mid lane tower. Here comes all 5 members of Lil Fellas, ready to respond. Jax split pushing in the top lane. Baron being the only main objective up right now. I want to see either team trying to focus on getting some damage onto this and trying to secure the mid lane tier 1 tower on either side. That should be their main focus right now, while trying to place wards as safely as possible and as deep as possible on the other team's side. Counter strike in for the Jax, focusing on this Volibear. Volibear tanking and tanking and tanking. Volibear keeps going in. Lil Fellas trying to follow up. Bullet time comes in. Dolly is going to go down. And Lil Fellas is able to walk away unscathed.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
They don't need to press too hard. They got a nice kill. They shouldn't overextend on this. Orianna sees this Galio and opts to just walk away. Volibear is going to be able to secure this top lane tower. This first tier 1 mid went down. Lil Fellas looking for a kill. Volibear tanking. He's just massive right now. He's so strong. He's able to just heal everything up, because the only thing that's able to stop his healing right now is in the bot lane. Volibear with the stun, looking to continue. He blocks the disengage. Galio just trying to get away, doing the best he can, trying to slow him down. Another stun comes through. Can the slow come through? The slow comes through. He blocks the disengage again. He ults for the kill. Meanwhile, Jax ulting, trying to land an extra stun with the counter strike. Orianna lands a massive ult. Flash comes out from the Jax. He's unable to get the kill. Skarner able to push him back. Jax jumps onto the Orianna. Jax goes down. There was a 1-for-1 trade in the bot lane. Here comes the stun. Can the MF get the kill? The ult comes through from the center, and the empowered auto out of the Misfortune was able to secure that kill into the Zeri. A massive 2-man sleep. He missed the Skarner ult misses. He was able to secure that extra kill. Skarner doing the best that he can to try and get away. But Lilia is just too fast. He's going to run circles around him, literally. He's just constantly hitting him, constantly slowing him, constantly burning him. He's going to get this kill. Now he has to run away. He was unable to secure that kill because of the Galio ult that came in to save Dooley. Meanwhile, mid, Zavi and Pink Diamond are just going to go ahead and neutralize this mid lane tower. Lil Fellas sitting on a nice little 5K gold lead. The next Infernal Drake comes up in 45 seconds. What I want to see now is just one ward being placed on me. Hold on. Meanwhile, we got a taunt coming in, 2-man taunt. Zeri ult. Zeri stepping up. Zeri's in the front line. Jax counter strike. Zeri focusing down this Lilia. Can he get the kill? Yes, he does. Another taunt comes through for the Volibear. Volibear trying to just tank everything he can. Massive ult comes out from the center. This is a 5v4. Skarner's able to stop Volibear into the back line. He gets taunted with a 3-man ult coming out from the Orianna. What else can his Volley Bear do? He's in the back line. He's just eating and praying on the back line of Dal White. Little Fellas focus their attention on Dooley, and down goes Skarner. With a massive 4-for-1 victory over Dal White. Little Fellas now turn their attention over to the Baron. They realize that they're not going to be able to do it, so they try to push out this mid lane tower. Scratch that. They go for the dragon. This is a lot smarter. Being able to secure the third dragon, putting them on soul point, is extremely good. This is smart for them and increased damage as well. The Galio built Warden's Mail. Now, yes, that is smart because they have the Misfortune, the Oriana, and the Volley Bear, which all auto attack, but they're not completely auto attack reliant. Misfortune does a lot more damage off of her ability. She has more burst up front, and she also built Bloodthirster, as well as the Volley Bear has built Unending Despair, which is going to be huge for his healing prowess, as well as you have the Echoes of Helia coming out of the Senna. So having another Grievous Wound would have been a smarter choice in this aspect. Not saying that the Warden's Mail can't bring him good utility in these team fights for slower attack range or slower attack speed, but having an extra pair of Grievous Wounds is what Team Dal White needs right now, because these team fights are going extremely well for Dal White, and then Lil Fellas is able to turn around and they just heal through all their auto attacks. Nice little slow coming from Zob. The stun comes out from the Volley Bear. They're looking. The taunt is gonna land on one member. The Volley Bear is getting shielded. They're gonna try and push out this mid lane. Volley Bear gets knocked up. He's gonna be taunted. He gets a nice heal from the center. Again, there's no Grievous Wounds, so these heals are gonna be massive until this Jack shows up. Both sides doing the best they can to just nullify some of the waves, making sure that they have decent lane states. Right now, the only big objective that's on the map is Baron, but both teams, what they need to do is they need to make sure that their lane state is in priority before they start grouping. These souls are massive coming out of Senna. Senna sitting on 82 souls now. He's getting stronger and stronger as the match goes on. The longer the game goes on, the better for him. Zeri with this 3-item spike. The Zeri can melt through anyone who stands in front of him. What I want to see is Dal White try to protect this Zeri as much as possible in these team fights. If Zeri can free fire anyone, including the front line, that'll be massive for Dal White. They can easily win, even though they're behind 6k gold. What I've noticed out of Little Fellas, they're good for grouping, they're good to be there, but they're not warding as much as they need to. They need to have more priority on these wards and have more out. Dal White is doing a phenomenal job at keeping wards on this map, so they know where the enemy team is at all times. They're doing their best to track this jungler. Right now, they know exactly where the Lilia is because of the wards that they have placed. Knowing the state of where the jungle is at all times is huge when it comes to these team fights, because you know that you can start something or not because just based off of where the jungle is. Volley Bear goes in for the stun, but he gets stopped by the taunt from the Galio. Skarner's hovering. Zeri and Lulu are rotating. Lilia and Senna, they need to back off. Another 40 seconds until this dragon comes up. They're trying to clear out vision, but if they get pinched, this would be detrimental to them. Misfortune is roaming down. TPs are both TPs are up for the Orianna and for the Volibear, as well as the Jax has TP as well. All 4 members are stacked up into the bush. Are they going to look for a sleep? No, they are not. Volibear looking to go in. Volibear is charging. He's able to get the stun on the Skarner. Skarner gets bounced back towards Lil Fellas. Battle lines are drawn. Jax looking for a flank. Lil Fellas turn their attention to the Jax. Galio ult to Jax. Here we go. It's gonna the fight's about to start. Here comes the ult from the Volibear into the back line, causing massive damage. The Orianna ult landing onto the Zeri. They're focusing the Zeri. 2-man taunt coming out of the Galio. They're trying to focus Lil Fellas. Trying to focus on one person. There it is. A huge bullet time. Lilia goes golden. Dooley is about to go down. Lil Fellas is now on the run, or now on the chase. They're trying to run down Dal White. Here they go. They're able to get a double kill. And they get a 3 for 0. And now they get Dragon Soul. That was a great fight for Lil Fellas. They were a little shaky at the beginning with their trying to figure out who to be on and who not to be on, but they realized where the strengths are in their team, and that's that Volibear wreaking havoc in the back line and putting that ball on the Volibear. Every time that happens, they turn the tables. They're able to win the fights. If they keep doing that, they're going to be in a great place to be able to win this game. At any point in time, if the Jax is able to get a counter strike, it can be detrimental. Here comes Galio, looking for the Misfortune. Gets a taunt on the Misfortune. Misfortune's able to back off. Senna ult comes out. Volibear tanking and tanking. They're just backing off. Volibear ults. Counter strike comes in. Dal White is able to take down one. They're going for the second. They're able to take down Misfortune. They're chasing down this Senna. Are they going to be able to catch up to the Senna? Senna landing the root on the Jax and is able to disengage. Dal White posturing for this Baron. They're going to start the Baron. With this Orianna backing, and Lilia's going to find them. Orianna stops his back. He's roaming down. Orianna does have ult, and so does Lilia. Can he land a sleep? It's a 50-50. Baron goes over to Dal White. Senna gets it stopped by the Jax, and shut down. Lilia able to get a return kill on this Lulu. Skarner able to pick up a ult onto the Orianna. Orianna with a massive 2-man ult. Here comes a TP out of Ali Volibear trying to help out. Lilia running to save his Orianna. Orianna goes down. Skarner is slowed. Lilia able to just burn and run down these champions left and right. Lil Fellas able to get a pickup and completely clear out Dal White's Baron buff. Lil Fellas looking to pick up this Galio. Unable to get to him, but Galio has spell shield. He's going to be able to nullify whatever that first stun that comes out from the Volibear. Lilia doing massive damage with this burn. Almost one-shotting a camp. That's how strong Lilia is right now. Galio looking. Lil Fellas trying to posture. Elder's not for another 3 minutes. There's no Baron buff left for Dal White. Lil Fellas are stacking on the bot lane. It appears that they're going to try and take this bot lane tier 2. Meanwhile, Jack's pushing out mid. Galio's going to go try and answer to this Volibear on the top side. No, he's going to Galio TPing to the buy-in. Lilia with a massive hit is able to just take down the Lulu instantly. Galio into the front line, trying to do as much as he can. Skarner ult misses. Zeri ult. Lilia just burning and running and goes golden, while Lil Fellas is just able to burn down the Skarner. The Senna ult comes through, was trying to save the Lilia, was unable to do so. They're going to be able to take this bottom tier 2 tower. Jax is answering to the 3-man push. Meanwhile, Volibear is going to be able to push top lane uncontested. They were able to take, not only able to take the inhibitor tower, but also the inhibitor as well. Right now, Lil Fellas are in a commanding lead. They need to keep doing what they're doing, and they're sure to win this game. Elder Dragon comes up in a minute and a half. Right now, what I want to see is Lil Fellas just set up vision all around this Elder, all inside Dal White's jungle. I want them to know every corner of their jungle, so that when they set up for this, they know that they can stack into a bush and they can cheese whoever comes through first, or they can just catch out the team entirely and be able to just annihilate them. Keeping these lanes pushed in the mid wave. They don't need to worry about bot lane, because bot lane has super minions that's going to push regardless. But having wards all in Dal White's jungle is what Lil Fellas needs to do right now. Trying to chunk out this Jax. King's coming through for this Elder Dragon. Elder Dragon comes up in 40 seconds. Lilia just killing these camps. Lilia just can't get caught out. Counter strike comes through, the stun. He Zonias. He gets knocked up. He's doing the best that he can to run, but he can't get out. Dal White was able to secure that kill. Right now they're backing up. Dal White. Here comes the engage from the Galio. The taunt's only gonna land on one. Massive bullet time coming in, and that's gonna be able to be the Volibear is just wrecking the back line of Dal White. Triple kill coming through for the Misfortune. Quadra kill coming from the Misfortune. Can they give him the Penta? Will they give him the Penta? If they're going to be able to get to him. Zeri hopped over the wall. Zavi is chasing, running, and gunning for this. He wants this Penta. Is he going to be able to get the Penta? Can he get a slow? He gets a slow, but he's unable to get that Penta. He was trying to get that Penta. That was a massive bullet time and a huge front line for Lil Fellas in order to keep the back line safe. Misfortune is able to just continue to push while the rest of the team gathers this Elder. Wanderlust is back up. He will also have this Elder. What I want to see is including the Misfortune, I want to see this Misfortune back. Spend their gold, do what they need to do. Make sure that they have a gold. Make sure they spend their gold, because if you don't spend your gold, there's no point in having a gold lead. They need to spend their gold for this next team fight, and they need a group as 5 and pressure. Elder is massive. Bullet time coming through for the Misfortune. Senna sitting on 123 stacks. Baron's getting started by Lil Fellas. They back off. They opt not to do it. Not everybody's here. Lilia speeding in, looking for an engage, looking for it. Polymorph comes in. Skarner's looking. Jax was trying to protect. Battle lines are drawn. This is massive. Let's see. All right, Little Fellas opting to start the Baron this time. They're doing the best. They're doing what they can. They're trying to secure the dragon. Flash over, stolen by the Skarner. Skarner's able to get it, but he's instantly taken down. This is huge. This can hold the defense for Dal White. Dal White with the Baron buff. All they need to do is just protect it. They need to back up and continue to empower their minions. Ult comes out from the Lilia. Lilia is just running him down. This Elder, he is just in the back line wreaking havoc. He's able to go golden. He's going to get a kill. Galio goes down from the rest of the Little Fellas. But Lilia, pushing his luck, unfortunately was unable to get the kills on the back line. Jackson, Zeri were able to reset, get full health bars, but Little Fellas, they're pushing. Jax goes in with a counter strike, only lands one stun. Orianna went golden. That's a massive two-man ult, and down goes both of the final two members of Dal White, being able to, and Little Fellas being able to close this game out, making the series 1-1.